All right, so me and my grandpa are traveling today over Sonora Pass along Highway 108. We're currently passing through Oakdale, and looks like we're gonna have a fun day ahead of us, aren't we?
Yeah, it should be. You know, we've been trying to get over Sonora Pass to film, but it's been so much snow up there. You know, this is our first chance to actually go, so it should be a good trip.
Yep, it's the middle of July, and a heat wave is coming here in the California Central Valley, and we're going up into the mountains for a few days to get out of the heat, aren't we?
Yeah, it's still going to be pretty hot up in the Sierras, though. It's supposed to be 90 degrees in Tahoe today.
Wow.
So that's pretty warm for that for Tahoe.
Still way better than down here, though.
Yeah, it's better than 108. So.
All right, the first thing we're gonna see on our journey on Highway 108 here, and we're also along Highway 120 here for the first half of this journey, is that we're going to see the Knights Ferry covered bridge. And I'm surprised my grandpa hasn't seen it for himself yet. I've seen it a few times, but my grandpa hasn't seen it. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, it'd be nice to see. I've been here, you know, I've been here a lot of years, and I've never been there. I've seen the sign, the turnoff to it, but I've just never gone to it, so I'll check it out today.
All right, we'll see you guys down the road. All right, me and my grandpa made it here to the visitor center at the Knights Ferry covered bridge. Are you ready to go check out the Knights Ferry bridge?
Yeah, let's go see, check it out. I've never seen it, so.
All right, let's go. It takes less than 5 minutes to walk from the parking lot over to the Knights Ferry bridge, and you also pass along a small visitor center here. You can also buy life jackets there if you want to go swimming in the river. The Knights Ferry covered bridge is located just past the historic Tulloch's Mill. All right, and there's the Knights Ferry covered bridge, which is the longest covered bridge west of the Mississippi River. Unfortunately, it's closed, so we can't walk through it like I did a little over a year ago, but we could still enjoy it from afar, I guess.
Yeah, it's too bad it's closed. I don't know why they would close it. This is a summer season, you know?
Yep.
There are people out here.
So this bridge is a National Historic Landmark. And you can see the Stanislaus River right out that way.
Yeah, it's flowing pretty good still. Be good to, on a day like this, it'd be good to go out there and get wet, but you've got to be careful because it's still flowing pretty good. Looks like there's is that a raft out there? Somebody coming down the raft?
I'm not sure. I think that's just a rock.
Yeah, maybe it's just a rock. Sorry. Going blind.
Well, it sucks that it's closed, but I do have a video on my channel of me walking through the bridge if you guys want to check that out. Link in description. But still nice to look at nonetheless, right, Grandpa?
Yeah, it's actually I didn't realize how long that was. It's very been preserved very well. Too bad it wasn't open though. I bet I would like to walk all the way down there to the other side.
Yep.
That's the way it goes.
Because of its historical significance, the Knights Ferry covered bridge has been designated a National Historic Landmark. So this is actually the second bridge. The original bridge was destroyed by a flood in 1862, and this bridge here opened in 1863, and it's been here ever since.
Oh, very interesting.
And vehicles have been driven across it since 1981. That's what the sign says.
Yep.
You can really get a good perspective of how long this bridge is from right here.
Yeah, it's got to be a quarter of a mile. We're very close to it.
Looks like it's about 1,000 feet long. I could put the length of the bridge in the video here. Once I look up the actual length, I'll put it right here on the screen.
Yeah. Very well preserved though.
Yep. Sorry we came here when it was closed. I really wanted you to walk across it, but it is what it is, I guess.
Well, that's the way it goes, you know. You never know in the state of California what's going on, so.
Yep.
I don't know what they're doing unless they're doing some repair work or something. It didn't look like they were doing anything, but who knows?
Even though we were here pretty early in the morning around 10 a.m., it was still pretty warm outside. It was roughly 90 degrees. Be aware if you come here in the summertime though, as temperatures can easily be over 100 degrees during the day. Be sure to stay well hydrated. So right here is the remains of Tulloch's Mill.
Yeah, it was a mill and then it was converted to a power plant. Which is pretty interesting. They used it for power for the countryside here in the late 1920s.
Pretty cool site right here, huh?
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. Even back in the early 20s, they had this technology.
Yep, 100 years ago, give or take.
Yep.
There was a nice monument here dedicated to the Native Americans and the fish they used to capture along this river. Well, I hope you enjoyed your short visit to Knight's Ferry. Once again, sorry you couldn't actually get to walk on the bridge.
Oh, it's all right. It's never seen it before. It's very cool. It's a part of history, so I'm glad I got to see it.
All right, so it's actually been quite a number of years since you've been over Sonora Pass, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been more than a couple. It's been a long time, probably, I don't know, 30 years maybe.
So longer than I've been alive, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
What are you most looking forward to? Do you think anything's changed in that span of time?
Not really, probably. I mean, the scenery should be the same. If they've done anything on the road, the only thing that would be different would be some kind of road work or something like that, but I doubt it. So.
Yep. And Sonora Pass actually has, I believe, the steepest highway grades in California, at least on a California state-maintained highway. Sonora Pass features 26% grades on the east side of the pass, which is just insane to think about. Now, I know there are streets in San Francisco that are steeper than that, but they're not on California state-maintained highways, so...
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Lombard Street's a good example of San Francisco being a steep, windy road, but... that still up here is a pretty steep grade going down.
Yep. All right, we will see you guys down the road. The next stop that we're planning on stopping at is Pinecrest Lake, which is about 30 minutes from here. Pinecrest Lake is located just off Highway 108 near the town of Strawberry, and it's also where you can access the Dodge Ridge Ski Resort in the wintertime. The road takes about 3 minutes to get to Pinecrest Lake from Highway 108, and me and my grandpa had a little difficulty parking because this lake is very popular in the summertime, but we were able to find parking in the overflow lot. All right, so me and my grandpa made it here to Pinecrest Lake. Are you ready to go have a little bit of lunch with a view?
Yeah, let's go check it out. Haven't been here in a long time either. Used to come fishing here years ago.
Me and my grandpa were here on a Thursday, and there were plenty of people here on the beaches of Pinecrest Lake. There was a heat wave going on at the time, and people were escaping the heat from the Central Valley here in the mountains. You got really nice views here, huh?
Yeah, really nice, yeah. I was trying to remember when we came fishing here. We didn't fish here at the marina. We used to fish up on that end of the lake somewhere because there was a water flume that you could walk down in the back of the lake there that they used to run water down through for I don't know what reason. And I think it was down there at the other end, down the other end of the lake somewhere.
The lake looks really full this year. That sign is completely underwater, and so is that little tree. Well, are the views as good as you remember?
Yeah, I think so. Because back there, back 30 years ago or more, there was these lakes were pretty much full. There wasn't we didn't go through a lot of droughts. I'm sure we did, but the lake was full when I was here the last time.
It definitely looks full this year because there are a few signs and trees that are underwater right now, so...
Yeah, that's true.
The people at the marina were kind enough to let us come out here and just film some content away from the crowds. It was just really nice. Me and my grandpa really enjoyed our time here. Pinecrest Lake is a nice day trip if you're looking to get out of the heat in the Central Valley. Many people come up here for the weekends and bring their families, as the resort is very family friendly and offers a lot to do for the whole family. Pinecrest Lake sits 5,600 feet above sea level and is the perfect elevation for escaping the heat waves that the Central Valley gets during the summertime. It was roughly 82 degrees here when we were here in mid-July of 2023. The views of the mountains behind Pinecrest Lake are a sight to behold in person, and it just makes me wonder if this area was carved by glaciers just based off how that canyon looks in the background there. You can see how popular this lake is in the summertime with all those people there along the beach. It is mid-July as we're filming this, and there's a little bit of a heat wave going on right now, so a lot of people are up here in the mountains.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be in 110 degrees right now down in the valley, so there's probably people up here, you know, vacationing and camping up here.
Yep.
There's some nice campgrounds up here, and of course you got the lake, and you can fish in this lake too, so it's nice for, you know, whatever anybody wants to do up here.
It's a nice day out here on Pinecrest Lake, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Just a little breeze that makes it nice. Really cool. It's nice.
Is it bringing back some memories being out here again?
Yeah, it does. It does. I was looking to see, it's kind of interesting. If you look up that way, up into that valley up there, that's probably how this lake was formed way back in the day, because that looks like that was probably glacier up there.
Yep.
And when it came down, it formed this lake. I bet you if you would go back in the history, but who knows there's a lot of that in this area.
All right, so me and Grandpa just got done visiting Pinecrest Lake. We enjoyed our short time here, didn't we?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah. Brings back memories from a long time ago, but it's nice to see it again. Nice to see it full.
Yep. All right, it's time to continue our journey on Highway 108. We'll eventually cross Sonora Pass, which is the second highest mountain pass in California. Are you ready for the journey?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Me and my grandpa continued up Highway 108 for about 30 minutes past Pinecrest Lake, and then we came up to the scenic pullout here near Donnell Vista Point, where we got a great view of the Sierra Nevada mountains and a reservoir located here called Donnell Lake. Alright, so me and my grandpa are here at the Donnell Vista Point, right off Highway 108 here as we're making our way up Sonora Pass. You ready to go see what we can see here at the Vista Point?
Yeah, there's supposed to be an interesting mountain formation here, so let's go check it out and see what it is.
Alright, looks like there's a nice easy trail we can take to get over to this Vista Point right here. It says it's about a quarter mile. You ready to head down the trail?
Yeah, I am. Let's go check it out.
It takes roughly 5 minutes to walk down to the Donnell Vista Point from the parking lot, and the path is paved the entire way and is even wheelchair accessible. My grandpa made it down very easily, even though he was wearing sandals. The Donnell Vista Point offers great views of the Sierra Nevada mountains, as well as the Dardanelles Cone and the other surrounding mountain peaks in the area. Unfortunately, you can see the scars left behind by the Donnell fire that passed through here in August of 2018. Even 5 years after the fire, you could still see the scars that it left on the landscape. The Stanislaus River was really flowing this year as it was making its way into the Donnell Reservoir below. You could really hear the roar of the river up the canyon where we were standing there at the Vista Point. The Donnell Reservoir was created in 1958 after the completion of the Donnell's Dam below. The lake was really full this year after the wet winter that we had here in California. The reservoir was built to provide water for irrigation in Stanislaus and San Joaquin counties down in the California Central Valley. There's quite a lot to see here, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. I didn't realize that there was a reservoir here, or a lake for generating power. I learned something today.
And I don't know how good the camera picked it up, but you can hear the Stanislaus River roaring down that canyon.
Yeah, there's a real narrow section there, and it's just nothing but white water. It's pretty fascinating down there.
All right, you ready to head back to the car and continue our journey on Sonora Pass?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know if you guys can see, but my grandpa's wearing sandals and we're hiking in the mountains.
It's all right, got good tread on them.
Some would question your footwear, but I'll leave that for the comment section.
It's all right, at least I won't slip on this asphalt here.
Yep. Just incredible landscapes here off Highway 108 and Sonora Pass. All right, the steep section of Sonora Pass is coming up very soon. Are you ready to drive it?
Oh yeah, we'll give it a shot.
We'll let you know if we survive.
Okay, we're on our way.
There are several warning signs once you get close to Kennedy Meadows, warning you of the very steep grades and sharp curves that lie ahead on Sonora Pass. But don't let these steep grades or anything like that fool you. This is one of the most beautiful drives you can take in California, and what makes it even more special is that this road is only open for about 4 months out of the year. It doesn't take long once you get past Kennedy Meadows to see how beautiful the backcountry of the Sierra Nevada mountains are, and of course the steep grades and sharp curves really kick into high gear, no pun intended, once you get past Kennedy Meadows and the views really open up in front of you. Enjoy these series of highlights I put together of the amazing views along Sonora Pass as me and my grandpa made our way up to the summit. This is one of the most beautiful drives we have ever been on. As we approached the summit of Sonora Pass, there was still plenty of snow up there in mid-July. We had a very wet winter this year in California, and just to see how much snow was still up there in the middle of summer was just amazing to see. Me and my grandpa stopped at the summit of Sonora Pass, and we took about 20 minutes just sitting up there, taking in the fresh mountain air and enjoying the beautiful scenery that was all around us. Sonora Pass sits 9,624 feet above sea level and is located in Mono and Alpine counties, and is also located on the border between the Toiyabe and Stanislaus National Forests. Hey Grandpa, what's wrong with this sign right here?
Well, if you look up at that sign, it says Tuolumne County line, and that's wrong. We're actually in Alpine County. So Caltrans made a mistake here.
Yeah, so you actually enter Tuolumne County about a mile down the road from this sign. Of course, you wouldn't know that because there's no signs or anything like that along the road about a mile down where the actual county line is, but yeah, it should actually say Alpine County line right here, not Tuolumne. As is the case with most crossings of the Sierra Crest, the Pacific Crest Trail is here. You can see the trail going off in that direction. I just walked up the trail a bit to get this amazing view that you see right here that looks out towards the Eastern Sierra. The Eastern Sierra is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. As you can see, there is still plenty of snow up here even in mid-July when this video is filmed. When you look out east from the top of Sonora Pass, you can see how quickly the landscape changes and how much drier it becomes as it transitions from the mountains to the deserts that dominate most of Nevada and the Great Basin. You can clearly see the rain shadow effect and how it changes the landscape from up here heading east. You guys can see the road out there in the distance. It is a very steep descent on the east side of Sonora Pass. It features over 20% grades on this side of the pass. Vehicles over 38 feet are not allowed to use this road. Of course, that doesn't stop people from actually trying. Fun fact, the first day that the road opened this year, a semi got jackknifed on this road and got stuck. Signs are only as good as people will interpret them. Pretty amazing views up here at Sonora Pass, huh?
Yeah, it's really pretty up here. It's really kind of weird though, because the east side of the range over here has more snow than the west side over here on the other side of the highway here. So it's kind of weird, but it does. There's some spectacular views up here.
Yes. And so we're actually standing here on the Great Basin Divide, so all water flowing east flows into the Walker River and into Walker Lake, so it just drains and evaporates. And all water flowing to the west out this way here eventually reaches the Pacific Ocean. The descent along the east side of Sonora Pass is breathtaking in every sense of the word, but don't let all this amazing scenery fool you. There are very sharp curves and steep grades along this section of Highway 108, and there are multiple signs warning you of the dangers along this road. Be sure to pay attention, and I highly recommend putting your car in lower gear so you don't strain your brakes coming down the east side of Sonora Pass. I've traveled on many roads, and I have been to the top of both Mount Evans and Pikes Peak in Colorado, but those grades at most are about 9%. It's very rare that you even find grades above 10% in the United States, much less above 20%. But this road here is just something else and in a category of its own. And there's this little section right here that looks like you're done with all the steep grades for about 3 miles, but then the next steep grades just really sneak up on you, so be sure to be aware of that. Despite the dangers of this road and how steep and sharp some of these curves are, I just want you guys to know that this is one of the most beautiful drives you can take in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California, because the scenery here along the east side of Sonora Pass pretty much speaks for itself. After driving down the east side of Sonora Pass, you really get a sigh of relief once you get down to this flat area here near the Walker River. Alright, me and my grandpa made it safely down the other side of Sonora Pass. What did you think of the drive?
It's a good drive, but you gotta be careful because there's a lot of sharp turns and grades that you have to go up and go down. So you just have to be careful and keep your eyes on the road. There's a lot of scenery to see, so you got to keep your eyes on the road or you get yourself in trouble.
Does this bring back big good memories for you from years past?
Yeah, it does, because I used to fish with friends in this area up here, so it does bring back good memories.
Highway 108 ends here at Highway 395 at Sonora Junction, located about 17 miles north of Bridgeport, which is the county seat of Mono County. I hope you enjoyed traveling over Sonora Pass with me and my grandpa, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone.